Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land today? Well, we're getting a lot done here on the good ship Lily 2 this morning. What's this, August 6th? Wow, August 6th already, man. Time flies, or flies time when you're having fun, huh man? Moving right along. Busy morning this morning so far. Been working on editing some video. My computer is rendering. You can see it sitting here rendering away. It's going to be rendering for a long time. It's a big video. It's like 25 minute, 37-second video. So it's going to take a long time for it to render. So I got to keep the generator going. And it's just something you got to do. Just something you got to do. So as soon as that gets done, I got my tools out here all pulled out and organized. You can see I got my tools sitting out here on the table. I'm getting ready to mount this cleat. This cleat is the cleat. Hey, John Dolan, how you doing, man? This is on the port side rear cleat. This is the main docking cleat. It was pulled up. It was pulled up and wiggling and loose and stuff when I bought the boat. Somebody had yanked on it, obviously pretty good. There was no backing plates underneath that cleat at all. In fact, all there was, well, let me show you my little bits and bobs here. Let me get it all out so I can show you. Okay, so what holds this cleat down is this. Hey, Steve's Vids, what's going on, man? Hey, Andy, how you doing? Hey, Jared, what's up? I guess I missed some people in the chat already. Wow, you guys are fast, man. I missed you while I was talking here. So anyhow, so this cleat is held on by this stainless steel screw. And as you can see, there's plenty of length for backing plates and reinforcement. Unfortunately, all they had was this wee little tiny washer. Look how big the hole is in that. Really loose washer. And then that was held on by a regular nut and then a nylock nut. These two nuts were holding it in. So that's it. And only one washer. Only one washer on the cleat. It said if there's two bolts, there should be two washers. There was only one. So so that's the job today. This morning is mounting this cleat on the dock. I just got done editing. Early morning, I decided to do my voiceovers and stuff because I got to shut down the generator to do that so I get good audio. Had to make sure it was cool enough in the boat that it wasn't going to be too stressful shutting the generator and the fans down. 90 degrees already this morning. So when I woke up, it was 81. So it's going to be another scorching hot day today. We hit 100 yesterday. They say we may get 102 today. So I'm going to get this cleat mounted, probably go for a swim to cool off afterwards. And then me and Miss Lily are going to lay low down here on the boat, edit video and that kind of stuff. So keeping it cool and keeping it real. So hey, wise guy, what's up? How you doing, man? John Dolan. Okay, good morning, Steve. You guys are saying good morning, everybody. Awesome. Love that. Love that. So anyhow, really cool video that I'm rendering right now. I'm going over to Douglas's house tomorrow, so I hope to upload it tomorrow. So it'll be going to my Patreon feed. Oh, patrons. Yeah, patrons. Interesting development. Very interesting development. I drew the name for the person that is every 2 months. Every 2 months I draw one name out of my Patron people and some of those people that have been big contributors to me through, you know, PayPal and what have you. Anyhow, I drew a name, and Alan Cribb won. Alan Cribb, otherwise known as SV Akula, won to be able to come out and spend some time with me on the boat this winter in the Bahamas. Well, Alan has his own boat and probably will be tied up next to me at some point while I'm in the Bahamas. So he said that he wants to pass that on and to somebody who does not have a boat. I need to work out the details with him yet in regards to that, so there'll be another opportunity coming up for somebody who does not have a boat. I'm not really sure of all my patrons who does and does not have boats, and as well as the other folks that have donated, but and I need to talk to him because that's his to give away. So however he wants to do it, maybe he knows somebody who doesn't have a boat that would like to go. I don't know the details of that, but Alan will be making the call on that. So beautiful day here in Portland. All right, John. But how do you know you will be in the Bahamas? Because I'm going to be in the Bahamas this winter. What kind of a dumb question is that? How do I know I'm going to be in the Bahamas? How do I know I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning? You don't. You know, you go on Facebook. I'm 60 years old. I may not wake up tomorrow morning. That's a very good possibility. How do I know I'm going to be in the Bahamas? Because I'm going to sail down to the Bahamas this winter. Man, I don't know. How do you know you're going to go to the toilet this morning? That's a dumb question. Sorry, that's just take 7. I'm sorry, man. That's just not a very bright question. So, just saying. Just saying. That's almost like a troll type question. You know, you're trying to put some kind of a problem that doesn't exist. So, we will be in the Bahamas. So, and then I also I got an interesting message from another one of my viewers. Apparently there's a boat for sale over here on Long Island in another town. I guess I'm going to go over and take a look at for him. So I guess I'm going to go over and do a sort of a pre-check maybe for him. So, okay, yeah, well, goodbye. Goodbye. Such is life, man, such is life. Anyhow, so we're going to... it's just too early in the morning for that kind of nonsense. We're going to work on the boat today. We're going to lay load and edit during the heat of the day today. Not much else we can do. Douglas, we're going to visit with Douglas tomorrow, so I'm going to run a lot of errands, pick up the wire, and do that kind of stuff. Hey, Travis, Tom Travis, what's up? We're going to pick up the wire and be getting that finalized. So that will be one of the last big projects I've got to get done. So. I thought you were staying in Florida and selling real estate. Ray, I am going to be in Florida selling real estate, and I'm going to be in the Bahamas. It's only a day's sail over to the Bahamas. So I can take all the time off as a real estate broker. I can take all the time off I want and jump across the over to the Bahamas. It's not a problem. So, hey, Tickle Me Fan, what's up, man? Gotta go give Lily a big kiss from me. Stay safe, man. Okay, well, she's on the floor laying down as usual, so she was up here a minute ago, but I had to chase her off of her bed to get into the tools, and so she is on the floor now, so I don't know where she wanted to be. Cool. Yeah, Ray, it's only it's like a 24-hour trip over to the Bahamas, so I could run over to the Bahamas and back for a 4-day weekend if I want, or I could just go a week here and a week there, which is what I plan on doing. I plan on spending probably as much time in the Bahamas as I will be in Florida. Selling real estate does not necessarily require me to be, you know, right there at the phone ready to go in a moment's notice. So, yeah, Tickle Me Fin, it is warm today, man. It's already 90 degrees now on the boat. Just hit 90 in here. And I got 2 fans going, so... And I gotta wait for my computer to finish rendering. Right now it is 9% of the way through the first pass, and it has to make 2 passes. So it's probably going to be maybe an hour. And by the time an hour is over, it's probably gonna be 95 degrees outside. And so looking at this cleat installation in 95-degree weather, not gonna be real pleasant. But that's all right, I can jump in the bay afterwards. So, so that's the job du jour right now, is getting this installed. One less project to worry about. So, awful light. I think this is aluminum or something. Aluminum. It's not very heavy, but appears like it's an alloy of some kind because it's fairly strong. It hasn't pulled out, so. Oh, hey Danny, what's going up? Lisa, you should get an air conditioner. Yeah, probably should, but my boat's not really designed for one. Actually, I was just talking to Alan. He had sent me a nice email talking about the air conditioning system he just put on his boat. He sent me a link to it, so later on today when I'm not live streaming, I will go ahead and look that up and see what I can do about trying to get some sort of air conditioner installed. The one that he was talking about actually would vent out through these little holes right here. I think it would just vent through one of those holes. So I may have to put some sort of, you know, like a dryer hose thing over it that would blow out. So no, it's not a hatch unit. It's like a freestanding unit that I might be able to just kind of stand here off to the side of me. I don't know. You know, I've really been dragging my heels on getting air conditioning, guys. It's just one more thing on this tiny little boat. And I've got so much crap on this boat already. I'm kind of resistant to doing that. Miss Lily and I survive the heat quite nicely. You know, I wet her down when it gets too hot. She doesn't like being wet down, but it cools her off whether she likes it or not. So actually today I thought I might go ahead and get her into the dinghy. The dinghy's full of rainwater, so she could play around in the dinghy for a little bit. But I don't know if she'll be too happy doing that. So John Dolan says, Carl, email me. I'm interested in buying a certain business in Florida. John, I don't know that I have your email address, so just send me an email at alaskacarl@gmail.com, just so I make sure I've got your email address, and I'll be happy to talk to you about that. Hey, Mark, what's up, man? Yep, right, not a hatch unit. Hoi, Carl. Hey, Patriot Canadian, what's up, man? How is things up there, eh? I'm sorry, I just love making fun of my Canadian friends, man. You know, it's just too much fun, eh? I tell you what, though, you know, Canada is without a doubt one of the most, thanks, John, that'd be great. Canada is one of the most beautiful countries. You know, I've driven the road between Montana and Alaska, what they call the Alcan, so many times. Hey, it'd be nice here today. There you go. And I tell you what, man, you know, there isn't a prettier stretch of highway than driving the Alcan. Going through the northern Rockies up through Canada, up into the Arctic, is just, if you ever have an opportunity just to go for a drive, guys, I could not recommend a better drive than driving the Alcan from like Calgary, you know, from Calgary, Edmonton, actually Edmonton, from Edmonton on up. It kind of sucks getting up to Edmonton, even actually, you know, the first few hours even out of Edmonton are just, you know, farmland and that kind of stuff. But once you get past that and you start getting into the mountains, oh my gosh, is it just gorgeous up through there. Beautiful driving, lots of wildlife. Driving that road, I saw bears, I saw caribou, mountain goats, bighorn sheep, elk, deer, moose. Just an amazing drive. So a lot of ptarmigan along the road. Oh, very cool. Poutine. Okay, Lisa, what about poutine? I don't think there's poutine in Canada, but anything outside of suburbia is purty. There you go, Danny. Yeah, in one way or another, yeah, it really is. As soon as you get away from where mankind has screwed up the planet, it does get kind of nice when you get away from all the crap that men have done to the planet. Trying to load some liquids in today. I have a bit of a headache. I think I got a little dehydrated yesterday. Wasn't drinking enough. The ice maker was having trouble keeping up with the heat. So poutine is Canadian. I thought poutine was, well, okay, French Canadian. Yeah, because I thought poutine was like from New Orleans in that area. New Orleans, as folks like to say. Yeah, I understood poutine was something from New Orleans. I did, yeah, but it would be French Canadian, I guess, wouldn't it? You know, anytime you get them French people around, buddy, I tell you, you're going to get some poutine happening. So, very little people that far north. Yes, Danny, that's very true. In fact, you know, that's one of the things you do have to be careful about driving the Alcan, is that gas stations are few and far between. It's from Quebec. Okay, well that's French Canada. Yeah, Quebec. So that makes sense, Lisa. Thank you for that. Yeah, so there's not a lot of people up on the Alcan. I don't know why I'm on a boat here in Long Island Sound talking about the Alcan in Canada. Okay, so our conversation's gone to hell in a handbasket, but that's okay. That's okay. It's all French Canadian's fault. We'll blame him. So today we're going to work on getting this this cleat installed. I'm going to play with that today. And hey Trav, what's up? And then I'm going to work on editing some more video. I shot video of Doug and I doing the welding, so I'm going to be editing that video today. Finally able to attend a live chat. Well, good. I'm glad to see you. What is that? Oh, I'm not wearing my good reading glasses, guys. Makes it hard for me to see stuff with my aging vision. I just got to go slightly higher magnification here. Denny Second Denight 2. All right, there's a name for you. The thought is very cooling. Yeah, I guess that's it, Danny. We're just thinking about cooling temperatures. So I'm not French Canadian. I'm from the West. Yep, I know. And Patriot Cruiser, I'm also well aware that the English Canadians and the French Canadians don't get along very well. There seems to be a lot of animosity. I was up in Nicktaw, New Brunswick years ago. Up in Nicktaw, New Brunswick, I was black bear hunting actually with some friends of mine, and there were some French-speaking Canadians there that ran into a constable. And man, that constable or game warden or whatever it was, he was not too happy with these French-speaking Canadian guys. They had a pickup truck with a camper up on the top, and they had a bunch of bears and deer up on the roof of the thing, and he kind of got in their face a little bit. It was not pretty. It was not pretty. So you say New Orleans, I think zap chips and mud bugs. There you go, man. Yeah, I like mud bugs. You know, surprisingly, Tickle Me Fin, when our scuba diving club in Montana that we joined, there was a lake that we would go to there in Montana and got a lot of crayfish. So we would actually do a good old-fashioned New Orleans boil up in Montana with fresh crayfish. All the people from the scuba diving club would go scuba diving, and we would all go and collect crayfish for the pot, which was, you know, a lot of fun. Reaching around and grabbing them. Fortunately, I have actually have them right here with me. You know, I have my little scuba gloves to protect my fingers from the pinchers. They'd still get me through the glove quite often though. But you know, we had a lot of fun collecting mud bugs off the bottom, and then they'd made it up. They'd always make it way too hot for my taste, but you know, it was still fun. So you can't leave New York without catching a flounder. Tom, I agree with you, but unfortunately, the flounder fishing here in Manhasset Bay is not what it was when I was a kid. I've actually fished quite a bit, catching nothing but sea robin. So I'm a little disappointed actually in it. I'm hoping as I get out onto the east end, like out by Block Island and stuff, I might have better luck for flounder out there. But here in good old Manhasset Bay, I'm afraid the flounder fishing has been a complete failure. So, which really ticks me off because I love flounder, man. It's one of my favorite fishes to eat. It's very light, flaky, white, very yummy tasting fish. I like to just cook it and you know, just lightly flour it in a little bit of butter. It's really good there. Told you the fishing sucked there. Yeah, Danny, you were right, man. It didn't suck when I was a kid, but it sure does now. So. I'm from New Brunswick, and Carl is right. My mother is English, father is French, so you can. Oh God! Oh crap! So would they have like a line painted down the middle of the kitchen where the mother was on one side, father on the other? I can imagine that would have been World War II. Yeah. So you're from New Brunswick. That's interesting, huh? Yeah. So you know where Nicktaw is. I'm not sure how you spell that, Nicktaw, but yeah, we were hunting with an outfitter out of Nicktaw, New Brunswick, hunting black bears. So. Got one too. Got a nice black bear. Yeah, he fell off the tailgate of my Bronco though. We had him laid on the tailgate of my Bronco. Funny story. I'm gonna tell you guys real quick. We shot the bear and gutted it. You know, we were heading back over to the lodge, but we had the tailgate down because it was fairly warm. We didn't want to have it inside the truck with us, so we had it laid out on the tailgate. But I had tied to, you know, the Broncos have these like cables that go, that hold the tailgate down on the back. I had it tied to the cable. Well, apparently the cable had gotten old and rusty, imagine that, and broke, and the bear fell off the back of the truck. We didn't know it. We were just going on down the road. Well, we got down to the lodge and went to go show them the bear, and there wasn't nothing there. So we backtracked and we go hauling A back down the trail. Well, we come around this one curve on the logging road, and here's a black bear sitting on the side of the road with his leg crossed, his one paw up like this with a cigarette sticking out of his paw, like he's just casually hanging out there waiting for us. So I imagine some of the hunters found our bear laying there and probably just laughed themselves, probably peed themselves laughing so hard, and they set this thing up with a cigarette in its mouth and in its paw, like it was sitting. It was funnier than hell. So, but yeah, it was a good time up there in Nicktown, New Brunswick. So. They are slamming them not far from you. Check out John Skinner videos. He explains it well. Yeah, Bubba, but I can't figure out from John Skinner's video where he's fishing at. He's not giving really much in the way of location information, because I'd love to see where. I think he may be off the South Shore, but if he's on the North Shore here, I'd really like to know where he's fishing. So, just got to make your shots count. That's right, Ray. The fishing was the best from the 70s to the 90s. Yeah, well, I was here in the late 70s, Danny, so it was really good flounder fishing then. Man, anytime the tide came in, so. Hey, Carol, how you doing? Glad to see you here, Carol, as always. So, anyhow, kids, I really meant to just get on and do a short good morning. We're already 21 minutes into it. Like I said, I'm rendering, and to give you guys an idea how long rendering takes, okay? I mentioned earlier it was at 9%. I'm now at 13% on the same first pass. So my pooter is going to be busy for a while rendering. And this is probably, you know, this is one of the issues with editing video is that, you know, it's not just the editing, which takes forever, but then, you know, you set it to export, and it just takes forever to get the exporting done, so. Yes, nice country up there, good hunting, funny when father and mother would get into arguments, father would argue in French and mother in English, something had to... did they both speak French and English, though? It'd be funny if your father argued in French and your mom didn't understand French. That's where you'd run into a little communications issue, but... Yeah, when people get heated arguments, they do tend to go back to their native language and stuff. You see that quite often, but... Well, that's cool, Trav. That's cool. Well, we're having more fun than humans should be allowed. Dog, get off my foot. Why? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You decided to come up here and lay your head on me? I think somebody wants some attention. Somebody not getting enough loving. Somebody not getting petted enough. And let me lower this down so you guys can see. Hey, what are you doing, huh? What are you doing? You hot? Are you hot? Can you say hello to the people up there on the camera? Can you say hello? 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 Say hello. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Get back. Go lay down. Go lay down. Oh, it's a good dog. Go lay down. Ah, man. Yeah, sometimes she just wants a hug, man. She understands it but can't really speak it. Oh, I see. Okay. Do you have a website? John, yeah and no. I have a website that's under construction. But, you know, it'll get done eventually. I am on Facebook. So you can really reach me through Facebook. It's just my name, Carl Brook, on Facebook. So she was hugging Danny. Yeah, she does all the time. Is French Canadian different from the French language in France? Slightly, yes. Men's best friend. Yep, it's not like a French or Quebec. French were called Acadian French. Okay, good to know. Yeah, good to know. Thanks, John. All right, so guys, we're going to go ahead and pull the plug on this. Well, hello, and I have no idea what that name is, so. We're going to go ahead and pull the plug on this. I got to go ahead. Oh, Korean. Okay, well, welcome. We have to jump on these projects before it gets too hot. 91 degrees now. Temperature is rising quickly. I want to go ahead and get this cleat installed here quickly, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do because the generator is sitting right in front of, All right, well anyhow, that's all the news that is news across the nation, guys. We'll have more for you later. Be good, be careful, and we will see you guys this evening at tonight's live stream. In the description down below, please check out the links to my Patreon and PayPal should you want to contribute to the cause. We would certainly appreciate it. Yeah, 36 people watching. Come on, guys, pound a thumbs up, man. We appreciate it. All right, guys, you guys have a great night. We'll see you, or a great day. We'll see you this evening. So, French and Canadian friends. There you go. Cool. Hey, Mama Stree, how you doing? Bye, guys.